my MTV. I'm savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
From dropping nasty diss tracks to shocking allegations of freak-off parties, here are 10 celebrities who have been dropping red flags about Diddy for years, and trust me, they might have given the whole game away.
2020, you know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put them out.
Once known as Elizabeth Olsen, in her 20s, she was all over the hip-hop scene, but not as a regular fan.
I get the AKA, it's too early.
That doesn't apply no more.
It's never applied to me. I've never used that.
Never.
I've never, ever in my life used that.
Not long after, in 2005, Karrine released her famous book, Confessions of a Video Vixen. She opened up about some of her romantic relationships with some of the biggest names, but perhaps the most shocking part was her relationship with none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Karrine's story with Diddy began in the early 2000s. At just 22, fresh off her breakout role in Jay-Z's big-budget music video for Hey Papi, Karrine was introduced to Diddy. At the time, Diddy had just split from Jennifer Lopez, and Karrine was, in her own words, gifted to him by an executive. Their first encounter happened in a nightclub around 3 a.m. Diddy asked about her, but it wasn't her who spoke. It was the men in the room, including Irv Gotti and rapper Ja Rule. Diddy and Gotti made plans to send her to Diddy's house. Within an hour, she found herself rolling up to his mansion at 4 a.m., greeted by a crew of security guards. They were expecting her like she was an appointment. Karrine's first night with Diddy didn't take long to get interesting. After a quick chat, she and Diddy headed to his bedroom for a private moment, where she recalls he told her she was one of the best. At one infamous party at Diddy's mansion in Miami, Karrine describes a night fueled by drugs and alcohol. One of the most bizarre moments from her time with Diddy came when he warned rapper Exhibit about her. He told Exhibit that Karrine was the type of woman who would have him on tape with fingers in your booty. But Karrine made it clear that her experience with Diddy wasn't one of abuse, but weird and toxic.
What's the tea?
Well, spill it. Here I go.
It all started back in the 90s when Wendy started throwing some serious shade at Diddy on her radio show, Hot 97. And of course, Diddy wasn't happy about it. Fast forward to 1998, Wendy gets fired from the station. But Wendy bounced back, launching the Wendy Williams show in 2008, where she served up some of the juiciest Diddy gossip, including all his legal drama. In 2005, Wendy was on her other radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience, when she dropped a bombshell. She almost got jumped by the girl group Total, who was signed to Diddy's record label Bad Boy.
Try to help to get the ball rolling, and these are also people that have supported us, and these are like our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We say that, you know, as black people, but it's really true. When you look at everybody that's out there, they look like one of your family members, and they truly are. And,
exactly.
and it's devastating and it's sad, but we got to do what we can to turn it around. And a lot is given to me and Jay-Z, and much is expected, and we're just trying to do the best we can.
Exactly. So where are you now? You still in Miami?
No, I'm in Atlanta now. I'm in Atlanta.
She even gave a play-by-play on her show in 2019, saying, "Once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent his all-girl group to beat my in front of the radio station. And when Diddy and Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, had a very public breakup in 2015, Wendy guessed that Diddy was probably controlling when it came to his relationships." Fast forward to 2018, when Diddy and Cassie finally broke up for good, Wendy called it manipulation and said, "If you really cared, you'd reach out privately, not publicly."
Many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now.
In 2024, after seeing a shocking video of Cassie, Wendy couldn't help but think, how many women? How many more times is this going to happen?
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
It all kicked off back in 2006 when 50 dropped his diss track, The Bomb, and accused Diddy of having something to do with the murder of Biggie. Diddy, of course, denied it, but that didn't stop the drama.
We segueing into the Drink Champs interview when you was with Nori and Fab and Jada and everybody. They made a compilation video of you because they said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Of course I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I swear to God.
Come on, man. You saw that on World Star and on the gram.
Check this out.
And while they both represent rival vodka brands, their feud reached a boiling point in 2024 when the Department of Homeland Security raided Diddy's house amid some major legal battles. 50 Cent doesn't think they were ever friends. 50 said that he wouldn't call it a friendship. He also shared a story about a time when Diddy invited him to go shopping. 50 thought it was the weirdest shit because a man doesn't say that to another man.
The nigga Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga like the fucking. Wait, this nigga just tell me he'd take me shopping. And this is shit that goes on.
Plus, 50 made it clear that he's never been into those wild Diddy parties and said that it had an uncomfortable energy. And today, when Diddy got arrested, 50 jumped right in. He announced a Netflix documentary about Diddy, saying he felt it was time to bring out the untold stories of those allegedly hurt by Diddy's actions. It all started in October 2022 when Kanye went on the Drink Champs podcast and straight up called Diddy a fed.
Like when I go through just the different changes in my life, my family, a friend of mine said, "Are you sad?"
Now, if you're wondering what the heck a fed is, think of it as slang for someone working with the government or someone who's been in some shady dealings.
I really appreciate that. Just for you guys understanding the humanity.
Kanye didn't just stop there. He accused Diddy of making a deal to pull his card as part of a get-out-of-jail-free move. And today, after Diddy's arrest, Kanye's comments are making waves again. Kanye's rant seemed a little wild, but looking back now, they're starting to make more sense. Kanye also targeted big names in sports and entertainment, like Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and even LeBron James, saying they were all controlled by the powers that be. Kanye's been sending some interesting messages to Diddy too. In one of them, Kanye told Diddy he'd keep quiet if Diddy did something illegal. Basically, everything has been a serious mess.
You want to show all your skin, you want to be naked, but the whole concept of Danny Kane was like, when it comes together, it's one.
Puff's going hard on the group, and then all of a sudden he singles me out and starts going on and on about how unhappy he is with me, and I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a playboy?
Aubrey just dropped a bombshell on Twitter that got everyone talking. She tweeted, "The purpose of justice is to provide an ending and give us space to create a new chapter. Women never get this. I feel validated. Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me. Things are finally changing."
I'm making sure that I not only have the receipts, but I have the understanding mentally of where I was at, which takes asking the people that were around me at the time what were my responses to things. And I'm finding out so many times, even very early on, where Diddy was making comments like, "Oh, now you're f***able, like you look right, I could f*** you now." And things like that. I don't even remember.
Really?
And I asked my girlfriend when she recalled that, my girlfriend who is a therapist for UCLA and has nothing to do with the entertainment industry and wants no part in it.
But wait, it's not just about a personal victory for Aubrey. She's been fighting for women's rights for a long time. If you don't know her, Aubrey was part of the famous girl group Diddy Kane, which formed back in 2005 on Diddy's Making the Band. The group was signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Records, but things didn't end well. Aubrey was kicked out of the group in 2008.
I'd say, Diddy is very specific and he likes things done a certain way, and so I constantly had to be striving for perfection with him, and that's an amazing quality to instill in your students.
In a 2022 interview on Call Her Daddy, Aubrey revealed that her departure wasn't just about music. It was because she refused to do some non-music requests for Diddy. After his arrest, Aubrey feels like she's finally getting the justice she deserves, and it's bigger than just her. She's calling this a win for women everywhere. It's like the world is waking up to things finally changing for the better. One of the biggest names in R&B was working with Diddy on an album at one point, But things took a weird turn that no one saw coming. What happened though?
But don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, yeah.
Word on the street is Usher and Diddy shared a bed while working on the project. Yeah, no music came out of that partnership, but apparently there was something else going on behind the scenes.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
When former Death Row Records executive Suge Knight weighed in on it, things got even juicier. He straight up said, "Everybody knows what Puffy did. There's not one person that didn't know that Puffy was fecking Usher."
This was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg for Diddy. People are coming forward with their stories, and it's just adding to Diddy's already sketchy reputation. Cassie Ventura, the Me and You singer who had a very messy decade-long relationship with Diddy. Things took a turn on November 16, 2023, when Cassie filed a lawsuit against him.
What a beautiful dress.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you, can't wait to see 3 a.m.
Yes.
The controversy.
Yeah.
But just one day later, Diddy settled. But settling didn't magically erase the wild claims Cassie made. She accused him of some seriously terrifying stuff. Years of abuse, sex trafficking, and even forcing her into those infamous freak-off parties. Diddy would give her drugs, beat her, and force her to do stuff with male prostitutes while he filmed the whole thing. And in 2018, Cassie says he broke into her house and sexually assaulted her. Cassie's relationship with Diddy ended in 2018, and thankfully she's found peace since then. She married actor Alex Fine. Of course, Diddy's camp fired back, saying Cassie was just out for a payday. His lawyer claimed she demanded $30 million or threatened to write a tell-all book. Texts from Cassie reveal the aftermath of his alleged abuse. Black eyes, fat lips, and even being dragged down a hallway by her hair. "I'm not a rag doll," she wrote. "I'm someone's child." And let's not forget about the surveillance video from 2016. It shows Diddy grabbing, shoving, dragging, and kicking Cassie during a fight in a California hotel.
Obtained exclusively by CNN, appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio.
Now, with Diddy behind bars since September 16th, Cassie's team says they're hopeful for justice. On February 26th, Jones dropped a massive lawsuit against Diddy, demanding a whopping $30 million in damages. Why? Well, while working on Diddy's Love album, he was sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened.
It's weird, man. I never knew about that, man. You never told me about that, man. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he will grope his genitals and he will grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now.
Now, Diddy's camp didn't just deny the allegations, they flipped the script. They claimed Jones was using the whole situation to promote his band. Diddy also filed to dismiss the racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations claim, saying Jones didn't provide any proof of a pattern of racketeering activity.
How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy?
Meanwhile, Jones opened up about how all of this had taken a toll on his life. He said the lawsuit has made things tough. He's been getting threats, so bad that he needs security whenever he performs. And on top of that, He says he's been blackballed in the music industry. People don't want to work with him anymore because they're tied to Diddy.
My butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole.
Jones admitted that all of this has led to months of suicidal thoughts. He said the only thing keeping him going is music. It's been his lifeline. Fans are now saying Orlando Brown might deserve an apology. Remember all those wild things he said about Diddy that everyone laughed off? Well, people are starting to think there might have been more to it.
Characters, there's no, it's what did they want from me? What did they want to see? They labeled it whatever the they want to label it. That's why I don't care. They can label me whatever the they want to label me. You can't put me in a box.
In an old interview, Orlando said something about refusing Diddy's attention, hinting that Diddy had, let's just say, very specific interests. Whenever someone new walked in, Diddy wasn't picky about who caught his eye. One fan online apparently pointed out that while Orlando's drug history and dramatic behavior made him an easy target for disbelief, they think he might have been telling the truth, just in his chaotic way. They said his lack of clarity back then made him hard to take seriously, but the core of his claims were real.
Real shit. So many people have done things like everybody they're stuck on Diddy. What about the Muslim nation? They've been little girls and
And then there's the bit where Orlando supposedly compared being around Diddy to a hazing process, like pledging to a fraternity. He reportedly said that people sold their souls to Diddy, only to regret it when the hazing got worse than they expected.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta.
Oh, and let's not forget his No Jumper interview, where Orlando allegedly claimed everyone in the industry knew certain things about Diddy. He even joked about getting paid just $2,000 to say it. But then, in the same breath, he supposedly said he loved Diddy and didn't want to make things harder for him. Eminem has never been one to hold back, especially when it comes to Diddy. Over the years, Slim Shady has fired some pretty sharp lyrical shots at him. And now, with all the recent drama surrounding Diddy, fans are revisiting these moments. Eminem's first diss track targeting Diddy popped up all the way back in 1996 on Feckin' Crazy. Then there's the real kicker from 2018 on the diss track Kill Shot, where Eminem was dragging Machine Gun Kelly through the mud. He casually dropped Diddy's name with a line so controversial it made everyone do a double take.
Get me hard, Alright, yeah. Alright, thank you. Alright. Met a retarded kid named Greg with a wooden leg. Snatched it off and beat him over the head with the peg. Go to bed with the keg. Wake up with the...
Fast forward to 2020 and M wasn't done. In Godzilla, he threw in a little nod to making the band. You know, when Diddy sent aspiring rappers walking miles to fetch cheesecake just to prove they wanted it bad enough.
Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he?
And now, as the allegations against Diddy are stacking up, Eminem's lyrics are starting to feel less like clever rhymes and more like subtle warnings. For years, he's been openly side-eyeing Diddy through his music. Fans are asking, was M trying to tell us something all along?